Good evening, students. So we are again with the topic 2.3. But before that, I have been received many messages from the questions which I have given you in the Google classwork. That is, what are the possible outcomes of democracy? So, students, in that, if I answer that question, that was in the page number 30, right hand side, where the summary definition is given. Summary means that are the outcomes of democracy. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 points are given. So you have to write all these form plus one definition which is in that topic, summary of definition. That will be the answer. That will be the 5 points of the answer. It means if there is a democratic country, if any country proves or describes it as a democratic country, then this will be the positive outcome. This should be there in that country. Otherwise, we cannot consider that country as a democratic country. I hope it is clear. Now today's topic is only 2.3. In starting debating merits of democracy, there is a conversation between the students and teachers, so we will not discuss about it as it has its link in the first chapter. First chapter is already deleted, so we will not discuss this over here, and this will not come in the exam also. So I am in page number 32, arguments against democracy. We will do only this topic today. Arguments for democracy in the same page we will do in the next topic, and in the next topic, in the coming two videos, we are going to finish this chapter. So today's topic is arguments against democracy. So up to now we have discussed only about the merits of democracy. Now in today's topic we will discuss about some demerits of democracy. So it is given in point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6. It doesn't mean that there are only 6 demerits. It is only given 6. So we will discuss about these 6. So first is leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. If we compare this with the monarchy system, in monarchy system we have a stable king or monarch which will rule us, and initially we think that we are not going to appreciate him, or we are not in habit of that, but after 5, 6, 10 years we are in habit of his rule. In a democracy, leaders are keep on changing, sometimes after 5 years, sometimes before that, if there is no coalition or there is no majority of a party, then leaders keep on changing in democracy. This leads to instability, जिससे कि instability हो जाती है काफ़ी बार. This is one of the demerit. After every 5 years, leaders keep on changing. Second, this democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. In a democracy, there are many political parties, and each party tries to pull the leg of another political party, and there is a political competition. So we can say that they never think about the country. They will only think about how we are better than others. There is a political competition. There is a competition. There is no scope for morality. They are not having any type of moral values. Okay, and they will not think about the country. They will only think about winning next time, because they know that after 5 years there are election. So they only thinks about elections only. So this is the second point. Third point, so many people have to be consulted in a democracy that it leads to delays. This is appropriate point. This we will discuss in the 10th class also. This point, there is a chapter about this point. That so many people, if we want to make any law, we have to first prove it from the Lok Sabha, then it may be proved or not, then it goes to Rajya Sabha, it may be proved or not. If it is not proved, or it is proved from only only from the single, that is only from Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, then we have a joint meeting. After that, it will be considered to send to the president. Maybe president send it back again. Sometimes for becoming a good law, it takes too much time. So democracy takes too much time. In a monarchy system or in the king system, autocratic system, if the monarch think that it should be a law, it becomes a law from that day only. He had not to be consulted from anyone. But in a democratic order, you have to be consulted from so many people, so it delays. Fourth, elected leaders do not know best interest of the people. It leads to bad decisions. Sometimes the elected leaders who was elected, they cannot know about the best interest of people. They are not knowing about what people think because they are rich. They did not think about a poor people. They cannot think in a manner in which poor people are thinking, in which manner poor people are thinking. So sometimes they takes to bad decision, because they are so rich they cannot think about what local people are thinking. So sometimes they take a bad decision. Next point, that is E point. Democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competition. Corruption, we all know, corruption is increasing day by day in India, and it was said that corruption is in the every democratic country. Okay? So democracy leads to corruption also. And sixth and last point, ordinary people don't know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. Because of voting system in a democratic country, the political party who got the majority of votes win the election. But in India, many people are literate. They doesn't know the value of their votes. They give their votes only for 100 and 500 rupees. So ordinary people don't know what is good for them. At the time of election, they think that if we receive the money 500, we will give the vote to that person. But they doesn't think that if he is giving us 500, then he will take more than 500 from us. In the coming 5 years, he will not do any work for us. He will just get the money which he spent during the election. If he spent 1 crore in the election, he will try to gain 5 crore. Okay, so ordinary people don't know what is good for them, and they should not decide anything. So these are the 6 main points which are against democracy. The only questions come from this topic is what are the arguments against democracy, which comes in 5 points. So you have to write 6 points in your copy, but reach, or you can say learn, main 5 which you think that they are good. Then in the last page number 32, last paragraph, clearly democracy is not a magical solution for all the problems. It has not ended poverty in our country and in other parts of the world. Democracy as a form of government only ensures that people take their own decision. Democracy is a form of system, a form of government. It doesn't give us any solution. It only create environment, and people have to gain from that environment. This does not guarantee that their decision will be good. Sometimes many people take a decision. It does not, you can say, follow that they will take a good decision. Sometimes a single person can also take a good decision, and many 100 people cannot take a good decision. So democracy is not a guarantee. It only ensures that people take their own decision only. So these are the arguments against democracy. In the next topic, we will read about arguments for democracy, and in the last topic 2.4, that is broader meaning of democracy. So there are only 2 videos will be there for completing this part, and I hope that you will gain the answer, learn the answer, got the answer about what was the positive outcomes for democracy. I am repeating it again. It is in page number 30, that in the summary of definition, those 4 points plus that definition also. So thank you, and wait for the next video.